Hey everybody, it's Wednesday night. It's time for Super Geeked Up. This is your live wiki geeky pop culture show. I don't know what I just said. The show, not a slow. That's it. Good start to the show as always. Anyway, my name is Jeff. Thank you so much for geeking out with us.
And hey, I'm Tanya. You can tweet along at Super Geeked Up on Twitter using the hashtag SGU. We love interacting with you guys live. And we like to start things off with a brief warning. Jeff?
Oh, that warning is we are going to, later in the show, we are going to do a huge The Force Awakens discussion. Unlike last week, which was spoiler-free, this one is spoiler-terrific. So spoilerific. We'll keep warning you, but just there's your first heads up. Again, right now you're fine. You're all good right now. No Force Awakens right now. We'll warn you. So please don't go anywhere. Hopefully you've seen it and you can join in on the discussion anyway. Mm-hmm. All right, and we're also going to do what I'm super excited about, which is a segment we do every so often. We've done superhero raps. We've done Lord of the Rings raps. This is Star Wars raps today. So get ready for the sickest beats.
The sickest,
the illest,
the most John beats.
Yeah. And we're also doing superhero tweets, but with all Star Wars characters. We're going to see what they think about going to see Santa.
What?
Yes, but we like to kick things off. You came up with that. I don't know why you're acting excited. I mean, surprised.
I'm trying to riff off of you, man. That's all I'm doing.
That's good. No, I actually liked it. I liked it a lot. It was good.
Okay, good.
Do it more often. I enjoyed it. All right, anyway, Tanya has our Geek Tweet of the Week, which we like to kick things off with.
I do. This week's Geek Tweet of the Week is, what's your favorite geeky movie or TV special to watch during the holidays? Jeff.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! That's my favorite one. Die
Popular
Hard.
answer.
That is perfect. It is a Christmas movie. It is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie, and anyone who says it's not is lying.
It's wrong.
Yeah, I feel pretty much everybody agrees with that, right? They're down with it being a Christmas movie. That I've talked to anyway.
Yes.
I've had someone feel argue, like, not really, it's an action. Like, haven't you know it's a Christmas movie? 100%. All of it.
Absolutely.
It takes place on Christmas, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best Christmas movie, man.
Big Christmas trees. Yeah.
It's the best Christmas movie. It's also one of the best action films ever been made. So.
Yes.
Indeed.
It's the perfect blend
of Christmas and action. Because what goes together better than Christmas and killing people?
Mm-hmm. All the horror flicks are out that time. Like, all the horror flicks come out. Like, Saw, I think, came out on Christmas, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's true.
Yeah.
Well, like, Die Hard didn't come out on Christmas, right? Or did it? Did it come out?
Did it?
Or was it a summer movie?
I don't know.
No, all right, nobody.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
We got Google.
It's a Christmas movie, regardless. Ryan Ward agrees that for movies, Die Hard obviously is his answer. But he said for TV, it's the Garfield Christmas special. And then for my fellow Canadian, he is also talking about the 12 Days of Spacemas, which is a marathon on the Space Channel in Canada in December. Yeah. Every day they do a different marathon of something. It's great.
Oh, all right. Every day of Christmas or the weeks before Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think this year there was 16 days, so I think they started on the 9th or something like that. So they did Doctor Who, Harry Potter, they did Supernatural, so they pick a day awesome. And they just whatever it is, they just do it for the whole day.
I'm down with that. That's great.
That's great.
Ryan Ward also on Twitter, he's excited for our raps because he says earlier today he was watching old rap videos including MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, and Run DMC.
Yes. Word.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure we're nowhere near those guys.
Yeah, have fun with
that. I think we're better than Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that's true.
Rap is better than Vanilla Ice's.
Although I will say that mine is fairly derivative of something else, so maybe I'm not better than Vanilla Ice.
Oh, for a second I thought you did a riff of Ice Ice Baby. That would have been amazing.
Why didn't I? Oh my god, I should have.
Ninja rap, Ninja Turtle.
That's
what's that.
Oh my anyway, back to Geek Tweet of the Week.
You know you love that.
Back to Geek Tweet. So my answer is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the little one with the little claymation. Christmas can't happen until I see that. That's just
that monster is scary as hell.
Scary as hell. He's horrible.
Is that Abominable Snowman? Is that what that is?
Yeah. He's terrifying.
You go running behind the couch with that guy.
Yeah, he's scary. He's scary.
I don't think that'll save you actually from him if you hide behind a couch. I think he'll just rip right through that though.
Probably. Probably.
You tell a 5-year-old that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's true. They don't
Tell your
believe
son that.
you. Zach, what about you?
I would have to say National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I know it's not geeky, but that movie makes me crack up so much. I love that movie. It's like I just can't. I can't. I'm actually very upset that I don't have the DVD and it's not on Netflix. I'm actually very depressed about that.
Oh wow, that's surprising.
Yeah.
I know, right? So
Interesting.
that's about it. I don't really have a favorite TV show. I really don't. I don't have a favorite geeky TV show for Christmas, but I know, it's sad. I mean, I agree with the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. If it's on, I'll stop and watch it, but I'm not like, oh my god, I need to watch it. But it's definitely National Lampoon. I need that, and it's not happening this year. It makes me sad.
Nice.
People on Twitter are quoting both Die Hard and 90s rappers, so that's good.
It's
As
a
they
perfect
should.
mashup, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, what about you?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Zach. I don't really have something I watch annually, but I always like to throw on a. You guys know who Shane Black is, the writer-director. He directed, or he wrote Lethal Weapon, The Long Kiss Goodnight. His movies always kind of involve Christmas in some way. So I think it's kind of like the Die Hard thing where, it takes place around Christmas. It's technically not a Christmas movie, but any one of his movies I like to kind of throw on around the Christmas time. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, The Last Boy Scout. So it's kind of a fun alternative to your normal Christmas stock.
Yeah. Gina Davis is actually from the next town over from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was in parades and everything else down there. I remember seeing her. She's a local girl.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And she's in The Long Kiss Goodnight, right? Which is a Shane Black movie. I like that movie.
Yes, it's a great movie.
I didn't ask. Alexander, do you prefer Alex or Alexander?
Alex.
Alex, how about you?
For me, it has to be Home Alone.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I was going to go way back and do like Holiday Inn and White Christmas, but Home Alone first.
Oh, White Christmas.
Just for the Uzi scene,
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Craig.
I was going to say Home Alone, but I'll go with something different.
Gotcha.
It's like, I like Wallace and Gromit. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's always on Christmas and that stuff.
Nice.
Or Ghostbusters.
Word.
It's awesome.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we lost Eros. Hopefully
I know,
he
just
gets
before we're
back.
about to go to
Like,
it.
oh no, yes. So come back whenever ready. Chris Hadley on Twitter is also saying A Christmas Story, which is a great movie as well, with the BB gun and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. I enjoy that a lot. So.
Any other answers from social media earlier or anything we get?
So earlier also from, let me check here, from Black One, the Snowman. That's all she said. I don't know. The Snowman. I'm wondering
An old cartoon?
I don't know. Is it Frosty?
Yeah, Frosty the
I don't know.
Snowman.
Is it a horror movie?
No,
that could be a horror
It's
movie.
the one that's like singing like the old classic
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like the same sort of. It's like Rudolph, but Frosty.
Yeah. Oh God, can I get a button? No. Yeah.
I wonder if she means something else, a different thing called the Snowman. That's
Yeah, I don't know. It's a mystery.
All right.
There's
Sounds like-
another one.
Oh
Looks
no,
like there's a British one.
there is one where I think it's silent. I think
Oh.
that's the snowman. It's silent and it's actually kind of sad because the snowman melts,
Oh.
something like that.
So is Frosty.
But I guess it comes back from magic.
Frosty melts.
Yeah, I don't.
Nick Montgomery.
Now this is gonna bother me.
We have the internet. We can look it up.
Yeah, that's right.
Nick Montgomery on Twitter, limited release, says, did anyone say Batman Returns yet? No, they have not.
No, you've not.
Oh,
That's a great one.
get out of my brain.
Very nice.
Oh God.
Awesome. Eros, you're back. Oh no
I
volume.
can't hear you, though.
Oh.
We can only see your awesome Batman shirt.
It's true, it's
Unplug
an
your-
awesome shirt.
Unplug your headphones and plug them back in. That's what I had to do.
But he's dressing for
My
the
word.
part tonight, which is amazing.
I know. The Batman shirt's great.
Yeah.
Any other answers to share from social media?
Looking at this here, a lot of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers. A lot of talk about the Christmas story and quoting the Christmas story at the moment, which is great.
Cool. Eros, can we hear you?
No.
Okay, yeah, try some stuff. We'll keep going with the show, but try,
Yeah.
I don't know, finagle some stuff.
Finagle some stuff. That's the technical term.
Finagle.
Hey, Jeff,
right,
do you
that's
want to
everybody.
introduce these crazy
Downstairs
people?
neighbors are doing.
Yes. Did you guys hear just before we started doing Geek Shoot of the Week? There was a little bit of rumbling.
Ooh.
Heine's neighbors are having sex. That's what we found out before the show. That's basically what
Oh
we
my.
Oh my.
Oh.
Yeah, so my neighbors are being loud. I'm sorry if anyone hears it. Forgive me.
It's all good.
We should all like tweet them and
Never
with words of
apologize for
encouragement.
greatness.
I don't even know her name. I don't. She's a
Go
lovely
ahead.
person. She holds
Not-
up in the
not
door
her-
every once in a while.
Excuse me, what's your Twitter handle?
What's your Twitter
you
handle?
didn't
We
say
should,
it
we
was
should
her
all be
boyfriend.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Oh my god.
Should we
just
like, oh, I'm
saying
sorry,
the
we're
link
being
or
too loud? No, I just want your Twitter handle. It's fine.
You put the link to the episode in her front door. Like, watch this for your own good.
Just watch it. Just slide an iPad under it and just be like, here you go.
We know.
Eros, type your thing in the chat if you can hear us. Your answer. All right. Anyway, let me introduce these guys. So this is our Patreon show. That's very exciting. Every couple months, the really cool peeps who pledge a certain amount on our Patreon campaign get to come on the show and geek out with us. And what a perfect time because we're doing Star Wars this week. So and all these guys I know love Star Wars that are coming on. So that's awesome. So we've got Alexander Martin there. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So you want to tell just each person, you want briefly just anything you want, what you're working on, what you want to plug, all that good stuff, where people can check stuff out.
You can check me out.
Well, I'm always checking you out.
/Intense Comics. It's because of my Star Lab shirt, man.
Oh my God, I almost bought that shirt.
So, me and my best friend do a comic book series, which we should have out early in the year here at Facebook /Intense Comics, and then I just say random stuff on Twitter while watching you guys.
He does.
Did it?
He does a lot of great
That's
stuff. Give the site one more time where people can check it out.
It's Facebook.com/Intense Comics. One actual side note, because I did forget just now, and I'm going to get in trouble for this later, is my best friend also does a website called superherofaces.com. Check that out also.
Cool. I think we lost it for just a second. Say the site one more time.
Oh, superherofaces.com.
Perfect. Great. All right. We also have Craig Allen Poole here. Hello, sir.
Hi.
All the way from the UK, up very early in the morning. Thank you for being here. And it's first time on the show, so awesome. First time.
Hey,
Okay, nice. Thank you.
So you, Craig. So I guess you don't really have anything exactly to plug, right? But you're working on it. You're working on a novel, right?
Right. Yeah, working on the tabletop role-playing game setting and novel series.
I like that already.
Yeah.
I'm already sold.
Yeah. We're
Cool.
huge board gamers, like massive board gamers, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
great.
My geek alarm is going off. I like it.
Board game? What?
I like it.
It's like
Cool.
a horror setting
Ooh.
with Savage Worlds kind of
Nice.
thing.
It's pretty righteous.
That's cool.
Awesome. All right, yeah,
Cool.
definitely keep us updated about that, and we'll share with everybody, of course, the progress of it and when it comes out and all that great stuff. But they can find you on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle where they can follow you?
Craig Allen Poole, I think it is.
Yep, and that's
Should be.
ALAN, right, Alan? Yeah. And,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Eros, I don't know if you're working yet. No. All right. Too bad. All right. Anyway, that's Eros Arocho. He's at Hunter's Realm on Twitter. He's awesome. He's been a longtime supporter of us as well. He's the man. And
Hoping we can hear his voice at some point in this episode.
type any other stuff in the chat, Eros, if you want me to share some other links. All right, we also got two other characters who demanded to come on the show to talk Star Wars, and for some reason I let them.
Demanded, actually, is the correct word. Demanded.
We have Zack Rezendes. What's it? Zach? Tell people what you're up to.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been up to a lot of things. I finished up a graphic novel called Mr. Malin in the Night, which should be out sometime early next year. I just finished up the first issue of Hail Odin, coming out through In Beyond Studios. That should be coming out around January 15th. Let me see, what else? Those are the biggest things right now. I have another thing in the works I actually just took a break from. It's going to be a horror comic made from an old movie called Zombie, but basically it's all right free now, so it's open for, it's wide open, so you don't get sued or whatever. And then I'm just working on tons of prints. I'm now trying to get a lineup of Star Wars stuff because that totally has me up and going. So I'm going to try to sell that like crazy. Got the Kylo Ren thing going on. All my stuff you can check out at facebook.com.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's cool. It's facebook.com, Zack Rezendes. That's it. Zack Rezendes. And then there's Zack Rezendes art, but the one I actually go to a lot is Zack Rezendes. The other one's like my like page, but I never go there, which is probably bad. Sorry. Twitter is @punkpenciler25, and I do have a Patreon. It's Zack Rezendes. I want more support. Right now, the people that are supporting me is like people that I work with. So that's kind of like their form of paying me right now. But, it's a whole bunch of lessons. It's not just drawing. It's like doing like actual page work. So you learn how to work a page and telling a story as well as character design. And I really like teaching. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. So I think a lot of people can learn because I like drawing actual comic books, not just pinups. And that's something that not many people know.
Awesome.
So that's about it. That's
and Zach is also the new series graphic novel I'm working on. Zach is drawing it, which has been awesome so far. And I'm super excited about that. So that's another thing he's working on. Keep an eye out for that. And he showed me last night.
Yeah, I wanted you to tell people that.
As we were working on it last night, he showed me his Kylo Ren, Darth Vader, Darth Maul pinup, which was amazing. It's awesome. So his stuff's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a new one. It's gonna be the light side, and I tried to make it spoiler free, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be spoiler free. I'm sorry.
All right. Just like the show.
Just like the show, not gonna be spoiler free.
Yeah,
warning again. We're doing spoilers, people.
Yeah, tons of spoilers. I have so much geek stuff going on. You're probably gonna be so pissed at me with some of the stuff I'm gonna say. But yeah. Like I might be going so hard, I might have to plug in my damn computer again. So.
All right, but again, you're okay with spoilers right now, folks. We're gonna do some Star Wars raps first before we get into the Force Awakens, and
my rap might have spoilers.
I need to get rid of a couple things then.
If your raps have spoilers, just give a warning.
Okay.
Warning.
Unplug for my.
Anyway, let's. We got one more.
I'll start off.
All right, we're not there yet. We're not there on the wraps yet. But let's go to Mark Pezzula.
Hello.
So, as usual, super excited to be here, I see.
Especially when he demanded to be on the show.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning for me, I feel like. Usually I'm in bed by 9.
Kids,
so
that's what they do.
Mark, how do we know each other? What are you doing here?
I don't know. I was surfing the internet and I came across this link. I just clicked it and suddenly I was in this freaking room. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Who's this goofball? Jeff. On my screen. I don't know. Me and Jeff go way back. Way too long. Anyway, I don't have anything going on like these other guys do. I feel kind of really like lazy. Like my biggest accomplishment lately, I finished Fallout 4, so
that is actually quite an accomplishment from what I hear. So that's nothing to scoff at.
That was my big thing.
More.
Other than that, no, I haven't really been doing anything. I have written a couple articles for a buddy of mine has a website. I'm gonna plug it right now. GamerLife, GMRLFE.com, and I wrote a review of The Force Awakens. And also a couple opinion articles too, so go there and check it out. It's kind of a gaming pop culture website. So that's basically it. Yeah, Fallout 4 and Star Wars lately.
And if you don't know, folks, Mark actually was one of the ones who started Super Geeked Up with me 3 years ago.
That too.
Mark is the male star of Super Knocked Up, my web series, so that's how we kind of started doing Super Geeked Up.
Yeah. 5 years ago, Jeff.
This is when we started Super Knocked Up? Has it been?
It was July, or no, it was like June of 2010.
Oh, you marked that day in your calendar. I see. It was so important.
Yeah. Thank God.
But if you go to our same YouTube page for Super Geeked Up, which is youtube.com/SuperGeeked Up, you can see all Super Knocked Up too, and Mark in his superhero glory. All right, that's I'll say to that. All right, good. Anyway.
Oh wait, if we're doing plugs, I'd like to also plug in somebody else. I didn't announce it. It's Circuitry Films. It's Bug Hunt. I'm the lead producer on it. So not producer, but lead production artist on it. So we're working on that pretty tight.
Cool.
So Circuitry Films, yes.
Good, absolutely.
I just wanted to say that.
Nope, sure. We'll plug once again at the end. No worries. All right, so we are on the cusp of doing not superhero raps, Star Wars raps today. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. If you're watching the recorded version, we'll see you back in a second.
Pew pew pew! Welcome back from commercial break, everyone. Come on, it's like the.
Is it Star Wars or Iron Man?
Pew pew pew.
I was trying to do Star Wars because there's a meme with Leia shooting pews out of a gun.
Oh yeah. I want to shoot these stormtroopers.
But your pew 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 is the same as your Iron Man pew pew pew.
Yeah, I know. I should have chosen this. I should have done this.
You did the hands, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Next time.
Good.
Next time.
All right, it's good. It's appropriate. Wait, do you have a gun? What do you have there? A sword? Alex, what are you doing? You have a sword. Is that a katana?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
If you're listening to podcasts, he has an awesome sword in his hand. I thought it was a blaster at first.
I was looking, do you have like a lightsaber right now?
No, I wish I did.
I saw a design for a katana lightsaber. That was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Nice.
I had a geekgasm. I was like, oh.
That would take.
All right, if you just joined us, folks, this is Super Geeked Up, your live geeky pop culture show. Please tweet us at Super Geeked Up, #SGU. I haven't even checked. Any tweets coming in? Anything good? Check that while I keep talking.
There's a few. I was wondering where Nicole is. She is sick tonight, so she misses all of us, but she is. That current sound you hear is actually my cat.
Not the neighbors.
That's not the neighbors. That's my cat yelling at the neighbors. So Nicole is ill tonight, so she couldn't. She says she misses everybody, and she'll be back on next week.
All right. So we are about to do Star Wars raps. Right. So
my microphone mic haywire in a second.
Because of how amazing your rap is, it's going to short circuit.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
So what well, most of us, Tanya went off the reservation, but most of us went. She's like, what?
I did. I went totally off book, and I'm yelling at my cat. So I'm sorry. Can you hear him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
We composed some raps all about Star Wars, and Connie did a holiday jingle about Star Wars. So plenty of Star Wars stuff you're gonna get right now, and we're gonna say these for you. We're gonna do these raps for you guys. And by the way, if you're watching live, or even if you're watching afterwards, please feel free to send in your own rap of Star Wars. Even if you're on Twitter and it's just like 1 or 2 lines, go for it. Alex actually did that. I think the first time we did this, he sent like a great, awesome superhero rap.
And I feel like you did it like live, like it was just like you were doing it like a stream of consciousness.
We did as you guys had the idea, yeah.
Yeah. No, he's impressive. He's amazing, man. He did it right off the cuff.
This is gonna be fun.
All right, here we go. I'm just making sure there's no spoilers in mine. Nope, there are not.
Mine definitely has spoilers.
All right, there's only a spoiler if you haven't watched Return of the Jedi. Okay, folks? So,
which at this point, I think you're allowed to spoil it, because it's been a few years since this came out.
By Luke Skywalker rap. All right? Because if you watch the show, you know Luke Skywalker is my favorite character. So this is all about Luke. I amuse myself at least with these, so I don't really care if anybody else likes it.
You've had this prepared for days, so I'm excited.
I actually prepared this really early. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. It just came to me. All right, you ready? Here we go. Luke Skywalker rap. Oh, fuck you, Mark. I'm gonna do it anyway. way to kill my momentum.
You can do it. I believe in you.
This is for all my peeps with the force across the nation. Oh shit, I got to head to Tashi Station. Flying around the galaxy, doing good deeds. With R2 in my X-Wing, I jump to light speed. From Endor to Tatooine, I take the red eye. Yeah, that's right, I'm a motherfucking Jedi. Trading in the swamps with my man, Master Yoda. Then we take a break and watch Kathy Lee and Hoda. Damn, Leia's smoking hot. I want to be her mister. Oh snap, I just found out she's my sister. If you're not down with the Force, don't be a hater, or I'll introduce you to my father, Darth Vader. Word.
Oh my god, that was really good.
So solid.
That's like Eminem right there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We need
That was
production
good.
right now. Oh, oh.
Now I want to go to Mark because he emailed me he said I have the worst rap in the history of anything basically.
By worst, I meant best.
Oh right, well yes, of course.
Duh.
Eros,
All right.
Eros, wait, let's see if we can hear Eros.
Ooh.
No, damn it,
No.
Eros. Yes, wait, say something. No, all right. Type your rap in the chat, Eros, if you can, and we'll read it. Okay, Mark, give us your rap.
All right. Let's see. No, there's no spoilers. I guess.
Right.
I mean,
No
unless you consider character names spoilers, but I don't think anybody is that sensitive. So, all right, here we go. This is just my Star Wars rap that just came to me when I was on the toilet.
That's the best ideas.
Exactly. All right. Welcome to a galaxy far, far away. Luke wants to be a pilot and Han can't pay. Jabba the Hutt, so he sends Greedo. Return of the Jedi, lay a bikini, 3PO, and a Speedo. Yeah, you're right, that doesn't make any sense. But to be totally honest, neither do midichlorians. Man, those prequels sure do make me grimace. You know what's whack? My favorite is the Phantom Menace. Now we have Star Wars The Force Awakens, and for breakfast it's having the box office and bacons. It's a story about Finn and Rey and Poe, Maz Kanata on his back, and don't forget Kylo. This Christmas, take yourself to see Episode 7. I really do think it's a little slice of heaven. If you don't like it, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but this movie ain't one.
There you go.
Sorry. You wrote saying you had the worst rap ever.
Everybody's spitting fire.
Man, that was awesome.
I gotta lower expectations.
No, you didn't. Can I go in the middle because mine's a song?
Yeah.
And it's much shorter than the rest of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Go for it.
Now, I'm also going to say I have a cold, so my singing voice isn't quite up to where it normally is, so I'm sorry in advance. Sabers buzz, are you listening? In the sky, stars are glistening. Shut up, Jeff. The Force may be strong, but the Jedis are gone. Skywalker, where have you gone? Gone away are the Jedi. Rey is our new hope. Oh, spoilers! A coma for Finn. The dark side for Ren. Skywalker, where have you gone?
That was awesome. Good job on the spoiler after.
Like, oh shoot, before I got to the line, I'm like, damn it.
By my first, I thought you said Rey is the new hoe, and I was like, Rey's no hoe.
That's what I thought she said too.
I'm sorry, I can't enunciate very well. My nose is really stuck. Hope. New hope, 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 hope.
Rey's not even down to hold hands. I
I know,
damn.
right? And there was no midriffs, nothing.
Like, boys, yuck. All right, let's see who we're gonna go here. Alex, let's go to Alex.
I was like like in school where you don't want the teacher to pick on you yet. Mine would have been longer. So I'm gonna curse because I wasn't going to, and then Jeff did it, so we're good.
Oh no, absolutely it's not.
Oh yeah.
So who the fuck you think you messing with? The Dark Lord of the Sith, the type of cat to make a star system not exist. I got that Death Star. I got that Star Killer. Got me a Black Stormtrooper, so my swag bigger. I got a First Order, never a 66. Discard the rule of 2. My foes run up on my foes with 60 Sith. Strike you down solo, make them fanboys misty quick. So
Nice. Spoiler as well.
Yeah.
All right, we're just
I'm
gonna
long way.
say maybe in spoiler territory from this point on. We'll just say
Yeah.
that.
So here's your kind of late, not really late warning. If you haven't seen the movie,
Yeah.
you should maybe go see the movie and then watch this episode.
Yeah.
Very
told
nice.
At the beginning.
Yeah, so what we said, we've been saying it throughout the show, so I think we're good.
We're
good.
good.
To go.
We started with,
yeah.
our warning.
We've
And I
been clear.
tweeted warnings, too, so really.
Yeah.
There we go. They're all good then. All right, Craig, you got one?
I do.
right.
I'll say spoilers now, just in case. Just in case. Okay. Here we go. They're at it again, saving the galaxy, not our old tin can. We got Han and Chewie to save the day. They're helping the rookies survive their own way. There's an X-Wing pilot that's pretty super, a beautiful scavenger and a stormtrooper. There's a new droid that's rolling around. He's called BB-8 and he's coming to town. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but with BB here, I need to say, R2 who?
Oh,
I
Nice.
watched the film and completely loved it. 8 and 9 is in the basket. Our hero JJ, he's gone and done it again. He's saving sci-fi. He's a geek's new friend. If I had a hat, I'd take it off for him. If you're looking for cast, JJ, I'll be your best friend. This rap is long, so I'm finished, son. Let me tell you about JJ. Force is strong in this one.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good. I love the question mark after Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper.
All right, Zach.
I just my thing just like was spoiler alert, like giant things. So that's why I was kind of looking aside. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta edit this out. Like, whoa.
Well, no, that's
So-
all right. Nope, everybody knows right now. Huge spoilers.
Huge spoilers.
You're fine.
No, he might have the Infinity one.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait, if it's spoiling future stuff, get that out of there, please.
yeah, that's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like that
Oh, hang on,
that kind
let
of
me do
cuts
this.
down on like something.
Let me see if Eros. Let's see if we can hear you. Oh my God, we can.
Oh,
Yeah, there he is.
All right, so Zach, you go edit a little bit, and we'll go to Eros. Eros, thank you. Well, welcome to the show. That's awesome.
better late than never, right?
Do you have a Star Wars rap?
I don't, but I was working on a little thing, so maybe I can just do just the 2 lines that I had worked on.
Sure.
Okay. Awangi chonga ta tunga cha cha. Awangi wanga wa. See, I started it off in Huttese and realized I was supposed to put it in
Absolutely was
basic.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think you just won the raps,
Yeah.
man. You just did it in a different language. That's awesome.
Now somebody online translate that for us.
And can I borrow your shirt now that you're here?
Yeah.
Borrow that
Oh,
shirt?
thank
Enjoy
you.
the shirt.
I just got it about a month ago, so.
That's super funny.
Zach, you ready with your rap?
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Go
probably
for
because I'm skipping over some stuff. Alright. As a kid who was like living in a galaxy far, far away before it was Jar Jar and green screens all day, I learned that we're balanced to all living things, and soaring on wings. I learned that good guys do shoot first, and not an anger or Wookiee. There's no real rhyme after that. It's just a good lesson. Fear leads to anger, anger is to hate. A young man is choosing his fate, and then I skip over a bunch of stuff, and then more stuff. Luke is looking for an explanation. Why did this happen? And what comes next? Did he share all he learned? Is this Yoda's final test? On the dunes of Jakku, Poe and Finn lend their hands to the last ray of hope. Luke's answer, bright light named Rey. And then that's it.
Very
Nice.
nice. That was nice.
Thank you.
Oh, Zach very
And then I
nicely skipped over possible spoilers for the
Yeah.
next movie.
Yeah,
so
I was like
very good.
flipping
Much
pay out.
appreciated.
Oh my god. Yeah. So
All right.
I'll skip over that later on.
Those are some dope raps.
Mm-hmm.
Dope
And a
rap.
song.
Yeah, Jeff, you laid it down, man. It was
Did.
like hardcore.
I
Damn.
can't believe Mark Pezzula was that good at, to be honest with you. I'm like blown away.
Yeah.
That's what I do, Jeff.
I should have had you.
I blow you.
Now I really wish we did that musical episode I wanted to do. Because you totally could have rapped, man. Did a
That's
Captain
right.
Amazing rap?
He'd have wrote his own lyrics and everything.
No, I couldn't.
I don't
All right, we're coming back to do a special. One more episode, a special.
And it's the
Musical.
hardest thing to do by doing a
Great.
musical.
So glad I came on tonight.
All right, so there's our Star Wars raps, folks. Well, I'm gonna get to Eros here because we missed him earlier. But Tanya, let's while I'm doing that, maybe see if there's anything on Twitter. If anybody sent any cool thing, any raps in or anything. Eros. So,
Go ahead.
okay. So Eros, tell people first off, like, what we went through these guys already. Like, any links you want to share, what you're up to, that kind of stuff.
Okay. I can be found either at theapocalypse.com or on Twitter at Hunter's Realm. And I am not up to a whole lot except for being sore as snot. I just started CrossFit and I'm hating life at the moment.
Is that a Batman figure on your wall? I see.
It is.
Nice. To go along with your Batman shirt. That's awesome. Very good.
Whoops.
Well, hey, what was your? We did our favorite geeky movie or show to watch during the holidays. What was your answer?
My answer, I'll usually hit the occasional, like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Christmas Story, but I think one that's always been a personal tradition for me is like going through some of like my old favorite TV shows and specifically watching Christmas episodes in those shows, like from Blackadder, Mr. Bean, King of Queens, stuff like that. So usually like every day counting down to not Thanksgiving, to Christmas, I'll hit like a Christmas episode from a set of shows.
Very nice. All right, awesome, good. I'm glad we got you finally on the show here.
Yes, I can hear you. It's awesome.
Well, and I got a new laptop, and I was like, okay, because I think my laptop was a problem last time. And so I was like, all right, we're good and ready to go. And I hadn't done any of the setup for audio visual stuff. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, folks. This is the part of the show where we usually do geeky news. Instead of doing that, we're going to talk about a little movie that came out.
Tiny little movie.
Yeah.
It hasn't already surpassed Jurassic World at all.
Booyah.
No, it hasn't set a bunch of records.
No.
It is Star Wars The Force Awakens, of course, which set a whole bunch of records over the last few days. Oh my God, Zach's like bobbing around. He's so excited already. He's jumping out of his chair. All right. So we are going to do a big discussion on the movie. So this is a huge, huge spoiler warning for everyone. We certainly do not want to ruin it for anybody. So that's been, so there you go. Stop watching or listening right now if you haven't seen the movie. Come back and watch it afterwards and go check out the movie.
So this is like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Run while you can.
All right, now talking spoilers.
All right. I don't even know. Well, so
Can I go first?
Yes, you can go first, sure.
Whoa.
So only because I've had many discussions at work this week about different things and blah blah, and I've done a lot of like reading on things. I loved it. I actually took time off from work during the day on Friday to go see it. I told everybody, I'm like, I'm seeing Star Wars, and I'm seeing it at 10:30 in the morning on the 18th. So I will be at work after it's done, and you'll know by my reaction whether or not it's good. I came back to the office and I was like, ah! And everyone's like, okay, it was good. It was good. I really, really loved it. It made me very, very excited as a filmmaker to make films again because it just really, you could tell they had a lot of fun doing it, which is awesome. What I loved about it, and this is what I think some people had some complaints about, that some of it was really familiar, if that makes sense. Like, Jakku was Tatooine, the Death Planet was Hoth,
Starkiller Base.
Yeah, like it all kind of looked familiar. But my theory on this is that I think they did it for all of our fans who are like, we love it and we want to see Star Wars as it was. But I think they had to do it because if you think of the last scene with, again, spoiler alert,
With
Luke Skywalker, and she's approaching him with a lightsaber, and that amazing moment of her just holding it out to him in her eyes saying, please just take this, please just take this. That's a totally new landscape for Star Wars. We have never seen anything like that before in the movies. And I think that what they did is they took all of the original stuff and said, yep, we get it, we're nodding to you, we're like, yes, we're making sure it's familiar. And now that they're like, okay, now this is new, moving on. Which I loved. I loved that idea. I don't know if that's what they planned to do, but it looked like it to me, and that was great. I loved, in terms of the writing, with Kylo Ren, showing him struggle with trying not to be good.
Yeah.
And showing the development of a villain. I love that. BB-8 is my new favorite thing,
He's
and
so
I'm actually. I know. I mean, R2-D2 has always been adorable, but there's just something about BB-8 that I just adore.
Those that thumb up.
Yeah.
Was it
no.
thumbs up or
They're
like a
so-
FU?
No, it was thumbs up.
Yeah, it was a big thumbs up.
It was awesome.
Like stunning Finn, like, you hurt my master, you hurt my master, give me my coat. I'm like, you're adorable, you're a 2-year-old and I love you. So BB-8, love him, and I want a full-size BB-8, FYI. Not the tiny little one, I want a full-size. Casting? Holy fuck, Daisy Ridley. Holy fuck. For someone who is a total newcomer, basically, like when you look at her IMDb, she has like 10 credits over the past couple of years. Like, and some of them are uncredited. Like, she's basically an extra in some of these things. Jaw-dropping. I was like, dude, you are killing it. Like, holy shit. I mean, aside that Rey is just a badass character, and just amazing on a lot of levels, like, that could have been really easily a horrible character if it wasn't for her job that she did. So yeah. I loved it. I loved the whole thing. It was great. And I never want to see a movie twice in a theater, and this is something that I'm going to see multiple times.
Yeah.
Full out. That's my route. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I agree. Rey was the best thing about this movie. She's awesome. Daisy really rocks. I love the couple of things about it. Number one, I love that I consider her the main character of the story from watching that movie, and that it's a great female character is the lead now of Star Wars, and that a female character is the one who turns out with a Force, which is awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's loving all that. Loving Daisy Ridley. So that's great. BB-8 is actually my second favorite thing about the whole movie, so yeah, I'm with you on that too. It's great. I have some issues with the movie I'll get into, but I'll let these guys go first.
So I had one thing. Again, spoiler. With the unfortunate demise of someone that we all love, I felt it was important.
Yeah.
It was important to do. A, for Kylo Ren's character development, to show him struggling against the light. But B, it forces her story forward, and this series is obviously going to be about her and learning about her. And if Han Solo remained in the series, it would have been about Leia and Han.
Okay. Also because Harrison Ford hated the character and he wanted off.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. But I like J.J. Abrams. Like they said, they really struggled with that concept. Like, they did a talk at the Writers Guild of America, and they said they really struggled about what do they do with this. The stakes have to be high enough for Kylo Ren to make that choice and to actually go into the shoes of Darth Vader. Like how do you compete with the baddest villain in all of cinema history?
Yeah.
You have him kill one of the most beloved characters of cinema history.
Yep.
All right, so let's. By the way, if you're watching, folks, please tweet in. You can tweet in your thoughts on the movie, because if you're watching, I'm assuming you saw it, probably. If you didn't run away at that point.
Hadley says, "Let me know when it's safe to come back."
Yes. All right, Craig, what did you think?
I really enjoyed it. Like you guys, I love BB-8. The characters, I think Daisy did a great job with her character. I did have a few issues with some of them. I thought they kind of pushed they didn't really develop the two characters, her character and I can't remember the actor's name, Finn. They kind of pushed them together, and they really changed very quickly from being at odds to suddenly having what looks like some kind of relationship, or the beginnings of that, which I thought was quite rushed. But I think overall I did enjoy it. I was very, very sad when that happened on the ledge with Han.
Yeah.
Also, why don't death planets have railings on bridges? I'm sorry.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing.
It's like, why? Every time. Put freaking railings on things. Sorry, continue. Random.
No, that's okay. No, I love the comedy they added to it. JJ did something similar with Star Trek as well. He added comedy, which there was a scene. One of my friends did spoil that scene, but it was only minor, and I enjoyed it anyway. Ren is the Daisy's character managed to escape, and he's cutting up the prison room. And two stormtroopers walk up to hear what's going on, and then walk the other way. I thought that was fantastic, and how Han suddenly loves the bowcast. I love that. You never actually see him use it in the other films, not really, and just I love the comedy of it, and I'm looking forward to the next ones.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there were some things, and obviously the bar is very high comparing it to 4, 5, and 6. So, but I did enjoy it a lot, and I'll see it again.
On Twitter, Honky Tonk Buffalo says the Leia race scene at the end was perfect. They represented us, the viewers, while everybody celebrated. We mourned. Amazing.
I agree, completely. Yeah.
So, and by the way, anybody feel free to jump in on anything that anybody brings up. Doesn't. So let's see here. I don't know who anybody want to jump.
Sorry, I did have one. Tanya said before about the island. If I'm not mistaken, again, Daisy's character, didn't she mention when she was younger having dreams of a safe place, and a safe place was an island surrounded by ocean?
Did she?
I know Kylo Ren saw it. I don't know if she mentioned it before.
I thought she.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she mentioned. I wasn't sure if that was just me, my mind going crazy, or not.
Yeah, in the room he said, I see the island and I see the ocean. It makes you feel safe. So she obviously thinks about it, and he sees it.
And suddenly that's where Luke is. That's interesting. I just thought about that. Sorry, go on.
No, I agree.
Cool. Eros, thoughts?
Oh,
take a deep breath.
You'll see how a man can fall to the dark side quickly on the internet by this. No.
Oh no.
I had conceptions of what I wanted it to be, and even though I didn't hate the movie, I didn't come away loving it as much as I think everybody else did.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
And I can't say for sure what I can't pinpoint what it is. I just sat there and I walked out of it. I'm like, yeah, it was good, but I figured I was going to walk away really being like, I talked to all my friends and they're all, oh, this is amazing, and I'm looking at everybody like I took the wrong pill and everybody went down one direction and I went another one. I ended up, for Finn's character, I ended up thinking, from the trailers and stuff, I didn't think I was going to like his character, and I'd probably say his was probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
In the movie, I kind of felt like he was a really flawed character. So to kind of see how he kind of progressed, kind of making almost every mistake in the book in a way.
Yeah.
To where he, kind of eventually ended up. And as far as Han, bold prediction, I don't think it's the last we've seen of Han.
Oh, snap.
And I'm kind of playing off the comic rule of, like, if you don't see a body, there's really nobody dead. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's why you cut Darth Maul in half.
Yeah, well, he didn't come back in the expanded universe, but that's...
Yeah.
If you haven't seen his arc on Clone Wars, please watch it. Please.
Yeah.
And that was a point where, like, you knew it was coming with Han.
Yeah.
But when it happened, I was still shocked. I was like, oh no, he can't fall for this. Can't fall for this. And then when it happens, I was pissed. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
So on Twitter, at the Deep, who has a couple of tweets. First says, nice observation about the final setting, Tanya Dodds. Hadn't occurred to me. And then he also says, though, he didn't agree with the Han fate because 3 reasons. 1, no possible redemption arc for Ren. Was obvious thing to do, and see Kirk in Generations.
Wait, what?
I think there will be a redemption arc for Ren, because I think the relationship building between him and Rey is huge, and I feel like that final fight with with them and the lightsabers, and you can see the emotion, you can see the desperation and the anger and the sadness and the slight sexual chemistry. That I feel like the redemption is going to happen in that relationship somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I am
All right,
so
so
biting my tongue right
no,
now.
hey, guys, I'm gonna get to everybody. Don't worry, I know.
I'm not. No,
So
that ties it.
Eros, I'm glad you said what you did though, because I also feel like I'm kind of on an island by myself. But talking to you and Alex, I'm glad to see there are other people who. And first off, number one, that's great that everybody thinks it's so amazing. They're enjoying it. That's awesome. You know. And you know, if you've been watching the show for like the past year, basically, how many times I've probably talked about Star Wars and how much I'm looking for this movie more than anything else, right? And how much I want it to be amazing, and I really like Abrams. But unfortunately, I came out of that movie disappointed. And not usually disappointed, but a little bit. Like Eros, kind of like what you're saying, I think it's a good movie. It's fun, but it's not a great movie. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I think that, and it's not great for me. I think this movie parallels everything that happens in A New Hope. And I have seen that movie. I can watch that movie anytime I want. And I understand why they did it, for the nostalgia, and that's what everybody's talking about, and I felt it too, and trying to get the fans back. But for me, if you just retell a story more or less, you can never be a great movie. You can be a good fun movie, but that's not taking any chances. That's not what I wanted to see. I wanted him to respect the originals, but then take us in a new direction, which I think Episode 8 will probably do, like you were saying, Tanya. But I didn't. I wanted that right from the start, and that's why I can't. This is not blowing me away. Again, there's a lot of stuff I dug about the movie for sure, right? And I'm digging. Actually, all the 3 new characters, I dig all of them. You know, so great. But it's just, yeah, man. I don't know movie that does that, and he did the same thing with Star Trek Into Darkness, and I really didn't like that movie actually. But right? It's like 2 times now. And as much as I love Abrams, I'm like, thank you, Rian Johnson, for taking over Episode 8 next. I actually want to see somebody else do this now. So anyway, that's my biggest thing. Why I can't get like as behind this movie as everybody else, which is sucks though, because I so wanted it to be the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Do
you think part of that is because you had such high hopes?
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, right? I had ridiculously high hopes, of course, right? But I don't think But there's a lot of movies there's other movies I have high hopes for, you know, and I'm disappointed. Again, I really just think like. I don't know. It was just too similar. Like, if it's not fresh enough, I don't think for me, it's ever going to leap that bound, right? To just being a really good movie to watch, to like the originals were, right? No, these are like the greatest movies ever made. They're not just good. They're not great. They are amazing. And I'm not saying this was ever going to approach those. I didn't think that. But I don't know. I still wanted to be more than just good.
I try not to set my expectations too high, even
That's
with this
smart.
film. There's only one film that has ever meet my expectations, and that was Days of Future Past. I love that film.
Oh, so good.
But yeah, like I said, I understand there are a lot of similarities, but yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. But yeah.
All right, so Zach, Alex, I know you've been chomping at the bit.
You first, sir.
Yeah, Zach, go ahead.
All right. I came out, believe it or not, I came out a little disappointed only because there was a huge spoiler for me. That's why I went off social media, because some asshole posted up a picture of Luke in like his gray Jedi, which he is a gray Jedi if you think about it, like him taking off his hood. So this whole time they were looking for Luke, and then I was like waiting, and then it happened, and it was like at the end of the movie, and I was just so pissed because all the rest of this shit was great, and I was just waiting for that one scene. But now that I have seen it, and I'm going to go back and see it again, knowing that, you know, because the whole time I was watching, you know, I was looking at my watch, you know, trying to figure out when I was going to see that scene. But now that I look at it, and I disregard that whole anxiety about seeing it, I really, really, really like that movie. Like, I really like it a lot. I like it better than Return of the Jedi. I hate those fucking Ewoks. Sorry. It's just...
Come on!
The Ewoks could have gone,
worse,
right?
bro.
No, Ewoks are the best!
The Ewoks, everybody wanted the Ewoks gone. Everybody wanted the Ewoks gone except for George Lucas. It's the only reason why they're in there.
Except for me.
Jeff.
He's like, Jeff is gonna like
Ewoks for the Wookiees.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, I love, you know, the fact that the story did feel like it was a mix between A New Hope and Empire. Like, even with the death of Han, it was kind of like the death of Obi-Wan. You know, it's like they introduced Rey and Finn to this huge new world, and then literally he's cut down like Han right in front of them. So it's like this whole traumatizing thing. Like you said, Jeff, there's a whole bunch of parallels that are very obvious. Yet at the same time, in the end, when she hands the lightsaber over to Luke, then it's like, what's going on? And then I got a spoiler that I know what happens next, kind of. But I mean, I love Kylo Ren. I know that he seems like an emo kid because he has to get over the light and stuff like that. But I think, I told Jeff this, I think that he's going to be darker than Darth Vader. Not as huge of a character, but he's going to be darker because Darth Vader actually came to the dark side out of fear of loss and love. So he never killed anybody that he loved. He's angry that his mom died, so he killed those sand people. And then, yes, he killed them, and then he was afraid that he was going to lose his son. That's why he killed the Emperor. So that was also the redemption. But the thing is that Kylo Ren made the decision to go to the dark side. He made the decision, looked right at his dad, who was tearing up, and he said, I need help. And then he killed him, and then he went to the dark side. So, I mean, that right there, he lost his light, so he gave it up. So I think he's going to be much darker in the next one, and I think he's going to be a beast. I don't know if he's going to be as iconic as Darth Vader, but he's going to be nasty. He's definitely going to trump Darth Maul.
I think as well what's terrifying about it is I think it's also because his training wasn't complete with Luke, so I feel like he's going to be super evil, but also super, like, unpredictable, because he just gets so, like, pissed. You know what I mean? Like, he just lets it out.
But if he learns how to focus it, he's just going to be, like, this force to be reckoned with. I don't know about the Knights of Ren. They left that out. But they did betray him. That was the flashback. They're saying that was a vision, but they're also saying it was a flashback, like, where she saw, like, Luke and R2-D2 and the rain and stuff like that. My theory, my own personal theory, is that the reason why she is such a strong Force user is because she had training before, but she might not know it. She just might not know it. I think she was exposed to something when she was young, so that the lightsaber is calling her, but I think she was exposed to something else, and that's why the family's gone. Kind of like a Luke type thing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm thinking about her story. I love Finn. I love it how he had a soul when everybody else was destroying this town. He had a soul and he left. And I mean, that right there was just amazing. And he was kind of like the Han of the story. Like he wanted to run, he wanted to leave, and then they dragged him back in. And then he became like a hero, sacrificing himself, almost dying to save Rey. So I think it was pretty strong, and it's better than Return of the Jedi, in my opinion. It's definitely better than all the other ones, the prequels. So right now, it's Empire, Force Awakens, A New Hope, Return.
Oh my God, that's crazy talk. All right, anyway.
you can say it's crazy talk, but it's true, Well, maybe A New Hope, Return can, depending on what I think. The Ewoks kill it, man. If they fast forwarded through the Ewoks.
No Ewoks. All right, Benjamin Bates says one of his favorite characters was BB-8. Jonathan Robbins says it's a better experience in 2D. That's actually the way I saw it. Felt more like the sequel to the trilogy, and the filmic made it feel more grand. All right.
And Honky Tonk Buffalo says if Vader can be redeemed after slaughtering younglings, Kylo can be redeemed for Solo.
All right. Let's go to Ari. So we got
still comes down to choice, I think.
Yeah.
Alex, go ahead.
See, we had this conversation. So I enjoyed
the
movie
because I think you and I always like share similar things. So I was like, I got to turn to Alex to like back me up here a little bit.
Well, yeah, but I also did like an hour-long review with my boy the other day too. So I'm over here. I really more when I saw it and it was called The New Hope. I really like the movie, and I appreciate the fact that that's the closest I'm going to ever be to someone seeing A New Hope in theaters for the first time. And I appreciate that we got all the nostalgia stuff out of the way, but I'm ready to move on. Like, we can Keep going. I love Rey. I love Kylo Ren. He better not turn good. Like, just stay evil and roll with it.
Yeah.
And she better not be Luke's kid, or else. No.
Oh yeah, see, I actually think she's gonna turn out to be Luke's kid. That's
Yeah.
my.
Probably is, but if you give me another Star Wars parentage storyline, I'm done with you, man. Like, we're good. No.
He starts playing with his guitar.
Yeah.
They
just
already
don't
have
do
with the whole Kylo Ren thing and Han and Leia.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but that was
So,
direct, and they solved it in the first movie. We got that answer within, like, what, 20, 30 minutes?
I'm surprised they revealed that so soon. Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm really happy they did. Although I'm kind of sad I didn't get my Black Jedi. I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there. I'm sad.
No, he did so many misleads, like on the trailer, of course. The trailer.
Yeah, that I was happy about. Like, okay, you're going a different direction than your trailer told me. For once, please, Civil War and Superman.
On Twitter,
False leads.
Deepu says, would have liked it more if they'd done fewer fan service callbacks. Agree, Ray was the best thing about it. I think almost everybody is agreeing with that pretty much, I think, from what I've talked to. And Jonathan Robbins says about me, I hear what you're saying and don't disagree in principle, yet I've already seen it twice and want to go again. I'll be honest with you, even I plan to go again, too. So, it's Star Wars. Like, I always.
Yes.
All right, Mark Pezzula, thank you for
we're
waiting.
No problem. I actually I agree with everybody that has said something about the movie so far. But here's the thing. I kind of lean more towards Jeff and Alex. While I was watching the movie, it was great. I had such a great time. It's immensely entertaining. It's very watchable, and I will go see it again. But if you notice, people have been talking a lot about what may have happened before the movie took place. There's a lot that happens off screen that we don't know about yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a movie that stands on its own, and that to me is kind of disappointing because A New Hope stands on its own. Yeah, there's a backstory that Obi-Wan goes into about Anakin and how Anakin turned to the dark side, but it's all that little bit of information you need to know. That's how Luke, kind of knows the Force. That's all you need to know. You weren't going into Empire wondering, oh, well, how does Luke, we're going into Episode 8 wondering, well, how does Rey know how to do all this stuff? What's Rey's parentage? To me, it's not good enough for The Force Awakens to be the setup for 8 and 9. I loved it. I thought it was really entertaining. I love the cast. The cast is so superb. It's it's one of the most well-cast blockbusters in a decade. It's amazing. But I think it really is going to be easy to kind of point out the flaws as the years go by, and I wish we would have gotten more of a standalone, self-contained narrative. There's way too much that happens off screen that we don't know about yet, and it just doesn't make for compelling drama when there's all these questions throughout the movie that aren't going to be answered for another what do you say 4 years,
2 years?
So two years, and then episode 9 comes. So I'm really anxious to see where it's going. Again, I had a really great time. I did not like the movie. I really loved it while I was watching it. But it's one of the more frustrating, I think, experiences after thinking about it for a while. But I'm glad it's back, and I think there's a really strong foundation. I just wish it wasn't a foundation. I wish it was an actual, real, self-contained movie. So. Yeah.
For me, that's actually what I loved about it. I hate how sometimes movies and TV shows sometimes take the time to explain stuff, where you're like, don't explain everything to me. I'm smart. I'll figure it out. Or you'll tell me later. Like, that's one of the selling points for me that I like, that we don't know why all of a sudden Rey is a bit of a Force like master, and we don't know why. Like there's so many things that we just don't know, and that's what I really liked about it, is that it actually means that there are reasons, at least in my opinion, to want to continue watching like 8 and 9, because hopefully we're going to get answers to those questions. Like, because yeah, it's like, how is it that, you know, all of a sudden Rey's like, I'm just going to play with stuff in my head and tell Daniel Craig, FYI, he is the cameo in the, when she's tied up in his hair. That's Daniel Craig. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to drop my gun.
I'm just going to drop my gun. He was filming James Bond next door, and he got a cameo. But yeah, like, how does she do that? I'm hoping, like, my hope is that is explained in the next installment. And that's, I mean, for me, I love things like that where they don't explain it, so you are wondering, like, how did she do it? How did she know all this stuff? Or like, that's stuff that I love. But that's just my own entertainment preference when they don't tell me everything.
For me, I don't mind when they don't explain stuff. I honestly prefer it, but I don't like that Star Wars movies always start in the middle, but it's not really the middle. Like, tell me the beginning, and then go from there.
Well, I mean, A New Hope, though, if you go back and watch it, it doesn't have that problem. I mean, yeah, we think of it as not the middle now because of the prequels, but that's why it was nominated for Best Picture, and there's a reason, because it's straight, legitimately a perfect screenplay where everything, like, I don't want to say everything is explained, everything's not explained, but it's, you know exactly where the movie's going, and there's a forward momentum that you don't need. Like, it's not, again, it's that little explanation by Obi-Wan. Oh, your father went to the dark side, he was killed by Darth Vader. Boom, that's it. That's all you need to move forward. And yeah, there were sequels, but it was all forward momentum. With The Force Awakens, it doesn't feel like it's moving forward. It feels like we're going to get so much exposition in 8 and possibly 9. I'm not looking forward to that exposition. I'm not looking forward to, okay, now we go. And I get what you mean, Tanya. You know, it is fun to kind of wonder where everything's going. But I do think that narratives need to be self-contained. And like Lord of the Rings is a really good example. You knew there were going to be 3 movies. There was stuff that like the first movie ends on a cliffhanger, but you're not wondering why stuff happened in Fellowship of the Ring, and you're not wondering why stuff happened that's going to be explained in the Two Towers. It's all moving. Everything's moving forward. It's all forward momentum. So The Force Awakens just feels like there's so much that happens off screen that it makes for good conspiracy theories and conjecture, but I don't know if it makes for a really good narrative.
I'm glad that's the example you use, because the stuff in A New Hope is more treated like lore. It's not
right
that they're telling in A New Hope the way that some of that stuff is directly material to this movie.
Yeah,
so I feel
right.
you on that.
Exactly. That's where I'm going with that, Alex. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, Mark, that we chatted like the day of, right after we both seen it on Friday, Star Wars, and it's interesting to see like how excited you were then, and now a few days later after you thought about it more. Like, I didn't expect you to like be more on live. It is very interesting, and I think you're kind of onto something that I think a lot of people are so hyped up because of the nostalgia thing, and understandably so. But I wonder, like you're saying, a couple of years from now or a few years from now, when you reflect back on this movie, if it's going to be that they're going to think about it as that high or that good anymore, you know? So that's interesting.
Nolan's Batman.
Oh,
which one? Batman Begins?
Yeah. Shots fired, all 3.
Yes.
Shots fired indeed. Good God.
Nice. I'm with you there, Alex.
I'm just saying, I love those movies so much more when they were happening, and then I look back at it now.
Wow.
I don't want to discount, like, I really do, like, there are things that go so right with this movie. The casting, I think the action is good. I think the directing is really good. I think the pacing is pretty good for the most part. That ending lightsaber battle in the forest with they're cutting down trees, I mean, that's cinematic as hell, and that was really, really, really great. And I will, like I said, I will watch it again, and I'll watch it over and over. It's very watchable. much more than the prequels. It's insanely watchable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Light years
Yeah.
beyond the prequels.
I haven't seen Phantom Menace probably like once, maybe twice. I mean, it's ridiculous. And Darth Maul was more than enough reason to go see it again.
Yeah.
But
I have to wonder
Yeah,
too
all
if,
prequels,
if partly like I personally haven't watched. I mean, obviously I watched all the prequels in the theater, but I personally haven't watched the original 3. I want to say in 10 years.
Have you ever seen them in the theater when the special editions came out?
No.
hell yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
So it could be that too, is that it's been such a long time since I've watched them that maybe I'm just like, oh, but at the same time, I was just saying to Jonathan Robbins on Twitter that for me, my cat agrees with me because I feed him, that for me, I think of it more like a TV series. Like they are episodes to me. So it's more of that long-form storytelling where, you know, it just takes a long time to show stuff. So think of like Mad Men, for example, that it took 7 seasons to get to a point where Don Draper is at the point he is at the end. It's sort of that's the storytelling that I love, that takes a long time to get the answers that they posed in season 1.
Battlestar.
Yeah. I find that it's kind of like a cheap marketing thing. Well, not so much cheap marketing, because right now Disney owns Marvel, and Marvel's coming out with, you know, the prequels to the Force Awakens. It's the Shattered Empire. So that's all leading up to the Force Awakens. Right after they destroyed the Emperor, second Death Star is gone, and then now it's like a continuation. So what happens is they're going to lead up to the Force Awakens. So I think they're backing up a lot of that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's risky as hell. I mean, it's. That's wrong, huh?
They didn't really explain how we got from destroying the second Death Star to a Resistance and a Republic with a Republic fleet, and then the First Order. They didn't really fill that in, so you need something, and they decided to do it that way. Which
the comic books.
I think universe stuff.
Comics.
I think that's
Those are
very
all really
risky.
good, by the way.
I did find it interesting that, I mean, not to get like political or whatever, but we all know that, I mean, based on what's happening in the world, that when you go to war and when you wage war, that, you know, the war doesn't end when you declare peace, and there is an aftermath, and people do have to live within that. And I did enjoy that this movie touched on that a little bit, like you see with Rey's character playing with the helmet, like, and the debris that's lying around.
that was so adorable.
From the wall. Like, so cute, right? Like, so cute. But that, you know, just because a peace has been declared or one side has won over the other doesn't mean actually the conflict is done. And so I do enjoy that so many years after the originals ended, that there is still conflict and there is still factions who are fighting for what they believe in, and that I found very cool, that it didn't just end up being this perfect utopia where everyone was all good. I enjoyed that.
So on Twitter, let me share a couple tweets. We were talking about Rey's parentage earlier. Deepu says, "What if she's Luke's kid by Leia?"
What about if Finn is Lando's?
With Leia.
I so want
Lando to hit you hard.
Lando to be one of these movies. It's really, I don't like it at all that they don't have Lando in there. But
At least 3 people at my job have asked me if Finn is Mace Windu's kid.
No.
Like, at least 3
That'd be
people, and they were
cool.
seriously asking me, like,
That'd be cool.
no, it's too. Yeah,
He
that's
did
right.
pretty well with the lightsaber.
He'd be like
He
60
did,
something.
actually.
Like grandson, maybe.
yeah.
Well, I mean, he was trained. These guys aren't like the stormtroopers of old. I mean, these guys seem to be like taken from their families, or they mentioned clothes. They could have been bred or something like that, you know, to
I think
kill.
they were taken from their
Oh, yeah, they
families.
said
Yeah.
they kidnapped them all.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they were trained to be lethal killers, whereas the stormtroopers, they couldn't aim worth nothing. But these guys, they seem like they
there was a fair bit
efficient
of
machines.
stormtroopers
Yeah.
missing going on.
Yeah, there's tons of stormtroopers missing. It's like, okay, same
Right,
thing.
we're still-
Stormtroopers still can't hit shit.
Yeah, we're still doing that around the Empire here.
All they use their like electric sticks. They can actually do something. Like one who fought Finn.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not really surprised that he knew how to handle some type of weapon, like maybe a sword or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
guess.
it's like, doesn't it take special training though to handle lightsaber? Wasn't that a whole thing of like you can't just handle it?
Yeah.
Like wasn't that a...
No.
That was kind of my question too.
No,
No.
Han
Well, Han
used it.
fire.
Mhm.
Yeah, he used it to
He
cut
used
open
it to cut open
the
the.
tauntaun.
Yeah, it's
It's not like it's fingerprinted.
Yeah, but on top of that,
Force.
it's like
Yeah.
when
using it in combat's different from cutting
any
something
expanded
open.
fiction.
Yeah, maybe
It's
expanded.
dead.
But
Well,
they
see,
just
that brings up too, like, so Kylo Ren, I thought he started off like really badass, and then I thought he went way downhill as the movie went on, particularly when he started taking off his helmet. I just wish he left that on the whole movie.
No, you don't, Jeff. You don't cover up Adam Driver's face.
I don't care.
Oh, look at the happiness just flow across Tanya's face.
I was coming about it for the wrong thing. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, you need to show those eyes in that face.
See,
Why was he so lame in the end battle? Like,
He wasn't lame.
he sucked. He sucked so much dick, it was not even funny in that little
Oh my
battle.
God.
no, see,
wait.
No, it was so
What do you mean?
good.
Skill wise?
Skill-wise, like, why?
He tried to
okay.
recruit her
Well,
as his apprentice.
Here's the thing.
He got blasted and then he got cut, right?
Oh,
That's,
please. Finn should not stand one chance against a trained Sith or Jedi with a lightsaber. He should be taken down in 2 seconds. I can understand Rey,
Exactly.
but that's ridiculous that Finn is holding his own against Kylo Ren. It's like, who is this Joker? This is the main bad guy?
Yeah.
Well,
He's
did
not
get
military trained.
he
Yeah,
did
we
get
thought we
sliced in the back. He's in a coma now, so he didn't handle
He
himself
didn't quite
that
handle
well.
himself that well.
Yeah.
No,
He could
but
be
yeah.
paralyzed.
Holding
But
his
it
Kind
was
of
a
like that
Sith.
girl that got hit in the head with a shovel. You know, it's like, oh, she didn't hit a hit. Yeah, dude, she got one good one in with a shovel. So it's kind of like, you know, that was his shovel. He just like totally slammed him.
But at the same
Right.
time, like they made it very clear that he did not finish his training. Like he didn't finish training with Luke. Like
right, but the problem is he's so badass earlier, and he's like
Yeah,
reading
he
people's minds,
can-
and he's like such strong earlier.
and he can stop laser.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
That was amazing.
Laser.
That was
I think his encounter with Rey is what shakes him. Like he thinks he could totally do it, then he has her strapped in, and she stops him from doing what he's doing to her head. And I think that is a moment of like, what the fuck? And so I think he starts questioning everything because he's not trained, right? Like he's not fully trained. So I think that's what it is. And my cat agrees with me again. Look at that.
You and your cat.
I know, right? He
That's
just talks
why
to
I
me the whole
agree
time.
with you.
That's why he killed Han. That's why he killed him, to go further in his training and move further to the dark side. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, that's why
His eyes
he
haven't changed colour though.
Huh?
Yet. His eyes haven't changed colour yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's just the apprentice. Wait, no, they do change.
Tanya, you go ahead and laugh.
Anakin did
Yeah,
after
Yeah,
he killed
Anakin did, yeah.
all the Jedi.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting.
I don't know. Well, we'll have to do that one.
Tanya just literally said everything I said in the podcast earlier this week. They did a really obvious job of basically making sure that we knew that he was injured, but he wasn't. I don't know. Like, he was clearly injured at that point. And the only thing he's doing is still, quote unquote, like fighting him with the sword. If you both have the swords, you both have the skills, you're good. If he was force pushing them all around and Finn was resisting, that might be a little different. The other thing is, I'm on the complete opposite side of the fence as you, Jeff, because I love the scene when she's in there like, yeah, you're hiding behind a mask. And he was like, fuck this mask. Like, who's worried about that?
Yeah.
I'm too hard.
That
Let's
scene
go.
was fine, but then I just felt he got like really shitty after in other scenes.
Here's the thing, like
Okay.
I was on the kind of on the fence on Kylo Ren, and I've come on to like he's very interesting. Like he's the complete opposite of Vader. Like he's got no impulse control. He's petulant. He's a kind of a newer. Well, I haven't seen the Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels, so I don't know. But for the Star Wars universe, he's a very kind of different villain. And at first, I was like, I don't know. But I'm very interested to see how, because I think what's going to happen is he's going to be trained by Snoke, who, by the way, I didn't mention this before, but Jesus Christ, the CGI on Snoke looked like wet shit.
Yeah.
But I think
What does that mean?
it looked terrible. It was awful. Like, the CG was terrible. Maz Kanata looked alright, but Snoke looked terrible.
Not as terrible as Carrie Fisher's acting.
Well, that was bad too.
Oh yeah.
I think Kylo Ren's training with Snoke is kind of going to parallel Rey's training. Rey, they're like opposites. Rey's very focused and in control. He's very not. He's the opposite. He's a Vader wannabe, but he's nowhere near Vader's level
What race is
in
he?
focus. He's
trying to tell. You can't really tell that.
what race is Kylo Ren?
The master. What race is he? No. The master. Yeah.
I don't know.
The word through the grapevine.
I don't.
Word through the grapevine is that he is Darth Plagueis.
He died.
No, but he learned how to.
Yeah, I've heard that and seen it.
That's the thing, though.
going.
He learned how to cheat death. So what people are saying is that he learned how to become a Force ghost or something like that. Like he learned how to cheat death. So even though,
all I want to know is he really going to be 30 feet tall?
Okay, wait. Can I bring this up? There's two things my
really
friend
doing that?
said which were ridiculous. My friend thinks he's an actual giant,
No.
and I'm like, no, the hologram is just a hologram.
Hologram.
But no, he thinks because they basically made everything bigger this movie than the original. Like, yeah, they're probably going to make it a giant. I'm like,
Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back. You see Vader kneeling, and the Emperor's bloody massive.
It's just a big head. Like it's just.
I'm imagining episode 8 like this huge giant comes and starts stomping on the rebels.
Tell me you don't want to watch like 3 Jedi with like the Yoda fighting style fight that 30-foot tall dude. I would be all about it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Force Unleashed, man. Let's go.
Yeah. One other thing my friend said, which was hilarious, I think, he had a lot of issues with the movie, but he's like, Kylo Ren looks nothing like Leia or Han. He looks more like Snape's son from Harry Potter, which is totally
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Holy shit. Isn't there a Harry Potter dude in the movie?
The big reveal will be Snape is really his father. He's going to appear in episode 8. That's the big thing next.
Wait, isn't there a Weasley in the movie, though?
Is there?
No.
No. You're probably thinking of Domhnall Gleeson, General Hux.
The guy that kept arguing with him?
Oh.
Yeah. He had the really over-the-top speech in front of the First Order that one scene. I don't think he's a Weasley, no. But he looks like one.
Kathy will be back in a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So on Twitter, Deepu says about Kylo Ren in the battle, I think Lena Dunham got in his head in the last act from what is the show?
Girls. Honestly, I loved the tension between those two in the last one. I loved it. I just thought it was great. It was amazing.
And Benjamin Bates says Kylo Ren is so consumed with hate and evil he has no control. That is what makes him more dangerous than Vader.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some truth to that. I definitely do. Yeah.
Well, he throws a temper tantrum and destroys an entire room because, really?
But, oh my god, dude! Just any real Jedi would take this guy down in 2 seconds. Not even funny.
I can't wait until that dude throws a tantrum like that on a person.
Yeah.
Where are the Jedi? They've had 20 odd years after Death Star. Where the hell's the rest of them?
Supposedly Luke trained a bunch of them, right? Where did they go?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He killed them all.
Oh, stop saying that.
Really?
By the way,
He may have killed them all.
Stop it. You guys will not give up your Luke is evil thing. He did not train.
No, not him.
Kylo Ren.
Oh, Kylo Ren.
Oh, yeah. Kylo Ren. They said
Yeah, that could be true.
he killed them all.
No, I think it is. I think that was said in the movie.
Oh,
Right?
is it established?
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
established that he did kill the.
One unskilled person killed everyone that Luke ever trained. Really? Really?
So Luke's the worst trainer ever.
The worst trainer ever. He deserves to go into hiding.
Agile weapon.
By the way,
Why did you turn it into a broadsword? Why did you do that? Like, I love
Why
it,
not?
but like the way it looks, but not the way he
It
uses
kind of
it.
applied in the movie, sort of.
How many people have had their hands cut off from lightsabers?
Just grabbing on the one side.
I'm just happy he actually used the sword guard.
He did, actually. I'm like, that was impressive.
That was cool.
That's fun.
The main reason I'm actually excited for Episode 8 is because it's going to be Luke and Rey, and that's the two best characters for me. So, and Luke's training Rey, I'm down with that.
Yeah, that's what it has to be. Like, and there's also going to be the debate of him. Like, is he actually going to come back? Is he actually like that's going to be a huge chunk of Episode 8? Is that torment of his as well?
Seeing Kylo Ren trained by a giant, and the other half of the movie not so interested. But
I want to see Poe and Finn's bromance in a side.
Yeah, that's fun.
In a
I
side
want to
movie.
see that more than the romance between Daisy and or between Rey and Finn.
I do. I would. I'm totally shipping Poe and Finn. Absolutely.
I actually kind of hope that there
Hashtag
isn't a
Fast.
romantic relationship between Finn and Rey. I hope that they just
they've
end
already
up being
set it up.
friends. I know, but I really hope they don't, because they don't need to. They don't need it.
Well, Finn's got a huge heart on. We know that for her.
Well, yes, he does.
You don't have a boyfriend, do you? You have a boyfriend?
Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend, maybe? Do you have a boyfriend?
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm
another
a
thing.
big deal in the rebellion. Yeah.
I'm a really big deal in the Resistance.
That is another thing that I forgot to mention was this movie, and somebody else mentioned it, but this movie is incredibly fucking funny, and that's one of the things that is so entertaining about it. I did not know J.J. Abrams had it in him to have that comedic timing, and it's the actors too, but that's all. There's so many hilarious moments. I really appreciated that about the movie.
Like I said, BB-8 doing that thumbs up. I mean,
Oh my
that was
God,
just
that was the best.
It's like, thanks, man.
So funny.
All right. Any final thoughts?
Brienne of Tarth better be in the next one more.
That's right, Captain Phasma. Yeah. What a waste.
Oh yeah, Phasma. They totally phased her out. That was
What a
sad.
waste.
Oh, she's like, well, shouldn't even be in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a huge deal of that casting and how great that character is, and she was not even in it.
I think there was more. I think originally there was more. What I heard was J.J. Abrams took a sketch of Kylo Ren, like that was her character was originally sketched as Kylo Ren, and just took that design and pasted it on this character of Captain Phasma, and so that's probably has something to do with it. Where there's nothing really to do with the story.
But she looks great, and I love that lady from Thrones.
Oh, she's great.
In the movie.
Yeah.
She should have took her helmet off and left Kylo Ren's on.
Jeff, we need to see more of
No,
Adam
I'd
Driver.
rather see the lead. Is what I'm saying.
Oh man.
All right, that was a huge discussion, obviously. Excellent points all around. I'm actually surprised as many people kind of. I thought I was going to be the only one. So that's good. We got a good cross section, I think. That's good. All right. Yes, good. Everybody sated. Everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Sated.
Although actually, that's right. Mark, you got to scoot out of here, don't you?
Yeah. I have the egg going. I got to get up in 4.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Ouch.
Lame.
Will Mark be guest appearing on Supergirl again?
That's awesome. So, Eros,
Excellent.
thank you, Eros. I haven't thought about that forever. So, everybody says Mark looks like Dean Cain. Let me put Mark back on the big screen so you can see him.
Oh God!
There is.
Please don't.
DK.
So think of Dean Cain and think of Mark. Look how they look alike.
Hey everybody, I'm Dean Cain.
That's your Dean Cain impersonation.
Do it again. Do it again.
Superman. I'm Superman. I'm Dean Cain.
How is that Dean Cain?
Oh my God! Next time we do geeky accents, we have to do Mark Pezzula doing Dean Cain as a geeky accent.
Can't wait to get Dean Cain on the show as a guest. After that.
Why you got him right here?
Oh, yes,
Why is he doing Dean Cain like that?
Supergirl.
I was great. I didn't even know I was on. It was so wonderful that I don't remember it.
Good.
So he was on Supergirl, and
He plays Kara's adopted father.
all right. Well, I'm glad to see my boy is doing well.
Yeah. Taking roles from you, but that's okay.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Wasn't he in Smallville?
Yes.
Played a villain in that, I think.
Who, Dean
Yeah,
Cain?
he was the Vandal Savage in Smallville.
I don't remember that one. Oh, cool.
I think.
No.
All right, so there we go. So, Mark, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for your Dean Cain impersonation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
Hi
amazing.
guys, have a good time.
So you can follow Mark on Twitter at @MAPezzula.
Yeah, and you can check out my review Go ahead.
Yeah, what's the website where you did reviews?
My review of The Force Awakens is at GamerLife. That's GMRLFE.com. And I'd kind of say the same thing I did here, but if you want to read the words I wrote, go ahead. So,
Wait, did you do your review when he first talked to you and you were excited, or after a couple days when you were like,
I did it the day after, so it's kind of more neutral than I was today and not as excited as I was on Friday when I saw it.
The middle ground.
Yeah, it's
I'm
one
reading
of
it. Word down.
All right, thank you for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great
Thanks,
night.
Mark.
All right, take care.
All
We'll see you, Mark.
Good
Have a good
night.
Oh my God.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
All right, so folks, if you're watching right now, you probably got to throw the spoilers anyway. But hey, spoilers are over with if you're just rejoining us. And Tanya hopefully will tweet out right now to everybody telling them that as well. Thank you, Tanya. All right, so there we go. We got through The Force Awakens. Very good. Good discussion, everybody. Now, very exciting. It's a commercial break time again. So we're gonna take one last commercial break. If you're watching the recorded version, we'll see you back in a second. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do it. Hey, welcome back from commercial.
Sorry. My
totally
cat
unfair.
yelled right then, and I was debating just leaving it on, and the cat could bring us back from commercial break.
That would have been great.
I think he's responding to my neighbors. I think he's down at the door, like "Meow," and grabbing the door. I'm wondering if he's trying to talk to the neighbor.
The gestures, though.
Wait, are they still having sex?
Well, there's still some random noises. I think they're just having an evening. I think
They're
that
doing a
maybe the
marathon.
roommate's away, and so they're just
You need to replenish some fluids.
maybe. My cat's offering to help very loudly.
Foreplay is hell.
Oh my.
I was gonna say we've been really
There's a lot of
clean,
crazy
even
stuff.
though your neighbors haven't. We've been really good this whole time,
We have
even though your
been.
neighbors are going in. I'm just
Yeah.
All right, so welcome back from commercial break. Sorry, Tanya, I actually skipped a couple things we should mention about Patreon, so I'm sorry about that. Why don't you
That's
mention-
okay. I was on mute trying to not have a screaming animal in the background, so that was fine. So Patreon, some of you on this hangout may know, we have a Patreon campaign where we have some amazing sponsors, which you guys are of. Thank you so much. We very much value your support. If you can't donate financially, please share the link. Every little bit helps. Our goal is to slowly improve SGU with all the technical requirements, so things like Google randomly not letting people talk, because that happens. So check it out at patreon.com/supergeeksup. In relation to our Patreon campaign, we have a great Patreon supporter by the name of Maria Duran. She is a marketing coach and trainer with Ignite, also known as Team KLI, and they provide educational webinars and workshops on online marketing for small businesses and nonprofits. And they also provide services to help you get known, get promoted, and get business. So you can visit teamkli.com for do-it-yourself resources, or do it with you, or do it for you services that will market you or market your business. So check them out. And Maria Duran and I are like soulmates on so many levels, between
I am
Zombie
writing
and
that
Office
down
Supplies.
right
Yeah, teamkli.com.
now. Okay, cool.
We should do some educational webinars on Star Wars.
We should.
Booyah.
Cool. Thank you everybody who support us on Patreon. Thank you to Alex, Eros, and Craig. You guys rock.
You rock.
Zach, you
So
rock too.
appreciative.
But I'm just pointing out the Patreon guys.
Oh,
Zach rocks because he's doing my freaking graphic novel. He's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
It honestly, it does mean the world to us. It was when we launched the Patreon campaign, we're just like, I want fans and can just do it, but we're over the moon grateful. So thank you guys. We very much appreciate it. And yeah, we're working on improving this show where we can.
Working on stuff.
Stuff.
All right, Tanya. One last segment we're gonna do tonight. What is that?
That is superhero tweets, superhero tweets, where we suggest what different superheroes or well-known characters would tweet about a given scenario. The scenario tonight is, what would these characters tweet about standing in line to meet Santa? And the list of characters for tonight are, you'll recognize some of them: Leia, Darth Vader, Rey, Finn, and Yoda. Now, because we knew that the Star Wars talk was going to go a little long, we suggested a tiny bit. We said to do at least one character. You don't have to do just one. If you have more, that's fine.
I had them all.
I ended up doing them all too. But we knew it was going to be a bit of a longer show with the Star Wars debate. So, yeah, so does anyone have what Leia might tweet of standing in line to meet Santa?
And if you're watching, folks, we always love it when you tweet in your superhero tweets to any of those characters. Leia, Vader, Rey, Finn, Yoda. Go for it. I just realized, no, I didn't. I couldn't come up with the Yoda one, but I got everybody else. Oh, well.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, I don't know why I was stumped on him.
Really? I thought that
Anyway, for Leia, I wonder if I sit on his lap in the slave girl outfit, I'll get everything I want for Christmas.
How many bikini ones are there? Just like raise their hands, because mine is as well. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Craig, go ahead then.
Anything but the white bagel dress I asked for last year. Hashtag gold bikini. Hashtag whose present is that?
Mine is, if Han asks for more bikini photos, tell him no.
That's what he would ask for. You're right.
Totally would ask for that.
And maybe some upgrades to the Falcon.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, sorry, I gotta say, okay, very slight spoiler, folks. When in the movie, when Rey's like, we don't want that ship, that's garbage, and she says, okay, let's take the garbage, and then it's revealed to be the Falcon. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Timing.
Because no, I did not think that's where it was gonna appear. It was so good.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a speeder. I didn't even realize it was going to be a full ship. That's awesome.
All right, anyway, sorry. I had to
Continuing. Anyone else for Leia?
Come on, you guys. No, nobody else?
I have one.
That's fine if you don't. Go.
Mine is, he better not pat my buns. Hashtag princess problems.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Excellent.
What about Darth Vader?
Who's got one? Go for it.
I've got one for Vader.
Go.
Okay. The man in the red suit can get people to follow him without the Force. His secrets must be mine.
Awesome.
I did. Maybe a new arm. Maybe a new wife. I can't decide what I want. Hashtag tough choice. Hashtag dark side rules. Hashtag we have cookies.
Wait, oh shit, I wish I was wearing my shirt. I have a shirt that says that. From the dark side.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I just got must resist urge to force choke elves.
Mine's just no.
Wait, why? Is the line so long?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Wait, do you have one? It looks like you have a ridiculous one, but you don't want to say it, or no?
Oh. Me? No,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Okay.
Oh, man. I was still laughing at hers.
Okay.
Does anyone have one for Rey?
I do, but anybody else? Craig, yeah?
I do. I'll let Jeff go.
What? I'm going?
All right. Yeah. All right.
Go for it.
Just found out it's not Master Skywalker. Who's Santa? Hashtag I think I took a wrong turn.
Oh, she went to the
That makes
North
sense.
Pole instead.
Well, that'd be cool for her, actually, because she's in desert, so she'd probably like to see snow.
Yeah, she'd be like over the moon. She'd be really excited.
Yeah. Okay, for Rey, Santa, can you please bring my family back and make me a kick-ass Jedi? And oh yeah, give me an electric razor so I can trim Luke's crazy beard.
Hey, don't hate on the Hamill beard.
No, it's awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
Again, they're always going to be a crazy beard, you know, if you're a Jedi and you're like.
I'm so glad he was on Flash recently, too. I love Mark
Oh,
Hamill.
how good is he? Trickster.
He makes me so happy. Oh, my God.
That's what people say, like, oh, Mark Hamill doesn't do anything. Oh my God, he's such a good actor. He's done so much like stuff.
Mark Hamill is my Joker, period. Like,
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
that's it. I identify him more with that than I even do with Star Wars, and that's saying something.
Oh wow, that is saying
Well, I'm
something.
a 90s kid, so Batman the Animated Series,
Yeah.
that's life.
That's life.
Yeah.
Anybody else got a Ray one?
I've got a Ray one.
All
I
right.
asked Santa for a way back to Janku, and all he gave me were red ruby slippers. Hashtag WTF.
Nice.
That's a nice mashup.
That's a good mashup. Mine is, how many rations would someone get for a bag full of toys? Hashtag asking for a friend.
We know BB-8's a whole lot of rations.
Exactly, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Mine is, I'll let Finn hold my hand if my saber is a staff. Hashtag Mauler.
That's great. Jeff, do you have one for Ray, or do you already give it?
I already give it.
Okay. Anyone for Finn?
I do have one, but it's spoilers.
Spoilers. Hashtag spoilers.
Really? Okay. All right. Meeting Santa. OMG. No more. Hashtag no more sanitation duty for me.
It's only a small smile. It's okay.
Yeah, well,
Mine is, to the hot elf organizing the line. You know, I'm kind of a big deal in the Resistance.
That's awesome.
Come on,
thing
you're
was-
totally awkward in this pickup lines.
Yeah.
Constantly.
So mine for Finn is, Santa, please give me a date with Ray and the chance to show her my huge lightsaber.
Your lightsaber.
Anyone else for Finn? No?
Nope.
Okay, moving
I
on to
want to
Yoda.
say I'm black and in Star Wars I'm good, but I'm going to change it to can I have the saber back, please? That's it.
Because everyone looks really effing cool when the lightsaber lights up. No one looks bad when they do that. I don't care who you are. Alright, what about Yoda?
Yoda?
Mhm.
I got one, actually. Family I have found, elf life.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. He is elfish.
Yeah.
are we attempting the accent?
If you want to, go right ahead.
I'm so excited.
Fake bear here. Fake bear is his. Want money back, I do. Hashtag bigger lightsaber maybe next year.
Nice.
Uh,
Anybody else for Yoda?
I got one.
Go for it.
Bounce me on his knee, he must. Demanded I do.
Yoda. Mine is just, all presents you'll give me, you will. That's all about the materialistic Yoda.
Oh, use the Force to, that's...
Man, if you were stuck on Yavin, you want everything too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if you're by yourself in a swamp
Or
for
David
how
Watch.
long, you want as many presents as you can get.
Man. And air conditioning.
Yeah.
All right, any other ones? This covers everything? Oh, by the way, Deepu says, yes, Hamill is the definitive Joker. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Mask of the Phantasm.
Mark
that was
Hamill.
an amazing movie.
That's all I'm saying.
Love that movie.
All right, so I guess that's going to do it for us tonight on Super Geeked Up. Before we go, let's give links one more time for all these awesome guys. So, Alex, once again, where can people check out your stuff?
You can find me at facebook.com/Intense Comics, and eventually I'll have some work. Superherofaces.com. As soon as I decide what I want to write.
Cool.
Awesome.
I just want to say also before we move on that Alex just invented a new hashtag for us. Hashtag neighborsex.
I saw.
That works.
Mm-hmm.
I would have used the call.
I try to bring back Pervy Vader, but
Pervy
I don't
Vader.
know why.
Hashtag Pervy Vader.
All All right, Eros, where can people follow you and check out your stuff?
Okay, you can find my blog at theapocalypse.com, and you can find me on Twitter at Hunter's Realm.
Awesome. Craig.
Hunter's Realm.
On Twitter, I am Craig Allen Poole. I have a Facebook, but I can't remember what it is, so Twitter, stick with that.
All right, there you go. Well, we can put it in the notes later.
Yeah.
Zach.
My Twitter is punkpenciler25. My Facebook is Zack Rezendes. Facebook.com/Zack Rezendes. And I do have a Patreon that I'm trying to move forward. It's patreon.com /Zack Rezendes art. And then that's it, I believe, for now. And then I have some type of blog somewhere. I have no idea, but that's off in the wind right now.
All right, cool. Check everybody out, folks. Please follow them on Twitter. These are all awesome guys. They're huge supporters of us. We really appreciate it. So we, of course, are at Super Geeked Up. You can follow us there. Tanya's at Tanya Dodds. Please, subscribe to us on YouTube. That's always really helpful, which is youtube.com/supergeekedup. It always helps us, just click the subscribe button, then you also get notified every time we do a new episode. And we are on the League of Geeks Network on Blog Talk Radio. If you'd like to listen to this as a podcast, which is blogtalkradio.com/League of Geeks. And we're there with two other awesome shows, SFP Now and Genretainment. Those guys rock, and so you have plenty of geeky stuff over there. I actually just recorded 2 specials with those guys, with Marks and Ian from those shows. We did a Christmas special, so like a whole show about all geeky movies and TV, and I kind of stole it from them. But they did the whole show. But that just came out, actually, today. You can check that out. And then we also recorded the best of the 2015 show, so they're going to release that as well soon. Speaking of that, I think we're going to do next week. Not next year.
Jeez.
You're planning ahead very far in advance.
We got 52 weeks already planned out. Next week, I think we'll do a little bit of our, maybe favorite movies, maybe favorite shows, just a couple from the past year, 2015. A lot of cool stuff that came out, particularly TV. A lot of good TV out right now.
Great TV. TV is amazing right now.
Netflix is amazing.
Netflix is amazing.
Jessica Jones. Didn't really get into it, but Daredevil, holy shit.
Daredevil's good.
Daredevil's.
All right, okay, save it for next week.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But yes, we'll be doing that. So stay tuned for that. And thank all of you guys for being on here. We really appreciate it. Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't seen Force Awakens, go see it, and then come back and watch the middle part of the show that you. And happy holidays, everybody. We celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas a couple days from now. And hope you have an awesome holiday. And then we'll be back next week just before New Year's to geek out with you some more. All right. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next week, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Until then, stay geeky, everybody.